Hello, everyone. Oh, it looks like something just about froze on us there. You never know what's going to happen out here, Ray. This is
Yep.
Leland Best of AIO Chatbots and Best Live TV, coming to you from my studio along the Shiawassee River here today with my good friend, CEO of NewOaks AI, Ray Luan, over in where's he? Over in Shanghai. I always want to say Shenzhen. I'm sorry, Ray, because I have friends that used to be in Shenzhen, so that's
Right.
on me. I'll try
Yeah.
to stay away from that. But welcome again to the broadcast on another Tuesday morning here at New Oaks. So let's get
Yep.
talking. I've got a
Yeah.
little thing run down here that we're going to go through real quick. So honestly, we do this just to help you guys learn what's happening over at New Oaks, what's taking place next, what's coming up next, and how things are going. So one thing we're going to emphasize on right off the bat is Ray's still looking for 10 people to interview out there in the industries that we're looking for, which are Airbnb, real estate, and e-com. So get
Yep.
a hold of Ray, let him get on an interview channel with you and start recording what you're doing with New Oaks so that we can get the push out there for everybody. All right,
Yep.
Ray, how's
Yeah.
it going?
Thanks, Leland. Yeah.
How you
Good.
doing?
Good. I'm doing awesome. Yeah. And then
What's
the
up in
past
what's
week.
up in Shanghai today?
Oh, everything's normal. I think the talk of Elon Musk and Trump is overwhelming everywhere. So all over
For
the
sure, for
media.
sure.
Yep. Yep.
What did he have to say anyway? I didn't get a chance to see that interview. I did
Yeah.
catch a glimpse of what was going on. I mean, it's all over the news right now. You get both sides too, because it's like
Yep.
some people say, cyber attack, inflation, immigration, six
Yep.
takeaways. And then you see other ones like, Trump's at it again, saying the same old crap. It's like, so
Yep.
it's always a heated debate that we don't want to get into, but it's important for where we're at in society right now.
Yep.
We need to address AI. And
Yep.
why is it so important, right?
Yeah, good question. I think mostly it's about the foreign policy and the presidential election. But I mean, we're AI professionals, right? We don't care about politics. The only thing we care about is technology. So, and something that really AI guys need to look into is that the regulation. I think that's what they were talking about during the 2 hours interview. I listened for like about 10 minutes and then I have AI to summarize the whole interview afterwards. So, um, regarding regulation, I think Elon is very much demanding for deeper regulation. I mean,
Mhm.
broader regulation regarding he was concerned about safety, AI safety, right?
Yeah, be
Alignment.
more responsible with what we're building here. Just
Yeah,
don't let it get out
exactly.
of control and don't let it do
Yes.
things it shouldn't be doing.
Right. But I think on the other hand, Trump is not so um, much he didn't put so much tension about the regulation. I think which is good because from my perspective as an AI practitioner, right, or professional,
Mhm.
I think AI is far from being supervised. I mean, regulated,
Yeah.
because if we tighten up the regulation, the technology may not, advance as much as we want it to. AI
Mhm.
is far from being dangerous from my, you know, perspective. So
I
I
was, I
think,
was, no, go ahead, Ray. I'm sorry.
yeah. So I think I think we do should not to put too much constraint on regulation, AI regulation.
True.
Yeah.
True. One thing I saw the other day, though, and I'm surprised you didn't bring it up because it was news over here in some circles. There was concern over OpenAI's latest voice component that
Yeah.
broke wind, you might say, made
Yep.
it to the airwaves. And it
Yep.
kind of did break wind in a big way.
Yeah.
The replies that were taking place from the voice started to literally duplicate the user that was calling and speaking with the voice. It
Yep.
replicated the user's voice speech identical and started
Yep.
to mock the person that it was talking to.
Right. Right.
So what's that all about? How would the AI even, after it was trained not to imitate
Mhm.
anyone's voice? So
Um,
now you get into an issue of why is it even responding like that when it's been trained not to do so? So
right.
I'm
Well, I
I'm
didn't know
curious.
that there's any constraint that on the training that you do not duplicate whatever the voice that the consumer or the users are using. But I think it's just sort of like showcase. I think it's purely a demo or showcase that the
That's what I
capability.
was wondering. I
Yeah,
thought maybe
for
it was a publicity stunt that somebody did just to
exactly.
show the possibilities of what might happen.
Yep.
So, well,
Yep.
that's good to know.
Exactly.
I like
Yep.
to hear that. All
And
right.
I think OpenAI is still on the lawsuit of Scarlett Johansson was
Yeah.
suing them right to using her voice. So
Yeah.
yeah, there's a
So it
lot of
was a
things.
play on that in a sense,
Yep.
maybe to show them what it was all. Yeah, I get it. And
Yep.
it makes sense.
Yep. Yep.
So ChatGPT also released another feature called
Yep.
structured output. Tell
Yep.
us about structured output. What does that mean when we say that?
Yes, good question. Thank you, Leland. I think last week Sam Altman just released a tweet that says the GPT released a new version, which is GPT 4.0 August '06 version of structured output. So literally, what they did this version. I mean, it sounds not so important, but it is actually very, very important and worth a lot of tensions from our AI professionals to really pay attention to because the major feature that it is that it make the output of the AI more structured in the form of JSON format.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So compare with previous version of GPT 4.0 or GPT 3.5 or
Mm-hmm.
mini, the output the previous output was not stable, which means when you tell the chatbot to output a standard format with the structure of JSON,
Mm-hmm.
it does not always do that. So that it creates a lot of hallucination. I can give you an example that when pass the conversation log to GPT and then GPT read the question and then give you an answer, it does not always output in the structured way. So that's why there's a lot of chat quality is not under control, right? It always gives a surprise. And the only reason is that because the output is not structured and is not 100% structured, like some parameters was missed or some parameters was made up by GPT. So, but with the structured JSON output feature that just released, I think ChatGPT is ready for a stable commercialized application in the long run.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
so that's one. For example, a lot of our customers ask me that, hey, Rick, can you put a safety guardrail? Just tell the bot not to talk about something.
Mm-hmm.
But I keep saying it cannot do it 100%. The reason is that when you ask GPT, do you understand the question? And the chatbot will not always answer you directly.
Mm-hmm.
But with this release, it will tell you if the GPT does not know the answer, it will tell you. That way, it illuminates a lot of uncertainties. So the
Yeah, it
number of
doesn't take a chance. It doesn't just
yes,
say, well, I'll guess and see what I can give you. And then
exactly,
because people
exactly,
determine that they think it's good data, you
yep,
know, whatever it says, most of the time
right.
people are going to take it on its word. But we
Yeah.
know as users of GPT for several years now that, or at least a couple few, that
Yeah.
it's not very accurate. Even just the other day to do an outline for the show, which Ray provides me notes for the broadcast.
Yes.
I use GPT to format a run of
Yep.
show, which is an actual formatted half-hour broadcast and
Yep.
tells us what segments to run and everything that Ray wants to talk about. Sometimes it doesn't do it right. It'll
Yep.
format all kinds of little bullets off onto the side of points that shouldn't have bullets on them. And I'm
Yep.
like, well, why is it doing that? Why is it just not
See.
formatting a simple outline?
Yep.
That's something that hadn't really learned yet. So this is what we're talking about, is having that structured output that's consistent
Yep.
and always reliable, that we know JSON code is going to be there and formatted on the back end. And is that going to also affect code if
Yes,
they're
it does.
generating
It
other
does.
code like Python or anything like that? Is it going to help to generate other
Um,
codes?
well, it's not about Python, but in
Okay.
general, is we are adapting this new version of release,
Okay.
and it's a big project actually. It will impact the performance of our NewOaks AI chatbot in the long
Okay.
run, in the good way, or and also in the better way. So we're going to go through all the code. We are going through all the code that we wrote before just
Oh, nice.
make it work with a newer version. And the good thing is after 1 month, we estimate it's going to take us about 1 month to go through everything because we have to change the code accordingly. We use ASP.NET and SQL Postgre, right, as
Got it.
database. So we
Yep.
had to,
Yep.
yeah, go through the whole tech stack. But after 1 month, I think chat quality will be much better.
Oh,
And
sure.
yeah, so that's what one of our focus in August. And
Mhm.
also even better, remember we were talking about the agent, right? Agentic workflow.
Yeah.
I was saying it was not best time to do the agent because the output parameters was not always accurate, right? But with the structured JSON output, the AI agent output and input parameters, they can be matched because of it's
Nice.
much more structured. So we are going to build agent from now on, but it's going to take like a couple of months. It's not an easy job. So another good news is that with that release of the structured output feature from OpenAI, we will be much more capable of doing agentic workflow for the whole process.
Gotcha. All right. Well, that's cool. I'm glad to hear that because obviously anything that can improve on the infrastructure end that
Yep,
benefits us is a good thing.
yep, yep.
Just want anyone out there that's watching right now. We do have Hilton Davidow in the group today. Um, and he's saying, where did you see that, Leland, as far as the voice thing goes? It was presented to me from one of my agency groups that I'm a part of. We run SaaS software and AI components regularly, and we kind of have these discussions. So I'm not exactly sure the source. I'll try to dig that up, and if I find it, I'll leave a link. But obviously, I think Ray's onto something when he mentions it was more of a publicity stunt than anything else. So,
Yep.
all right, let's move on to segment two, Ray's mission statement. Let's reinforce this. It's something that's important to Ray and his team and myself as well, whenever it comes to telling people what you're up to and what you're going to do with yourself over the next 5 or 10 years. What's
Right.
the mission statement, Ray? Let's emphasize.
Yeah, the mission statement for NewOaks AI is that, or is the one of the reasons that why we, start a business is because we want to bring AI to automate your business. I mean, in long run. Well, the reason is that still during my interview with customers and a prospective customer, I found out that a lot of business owners or prosumers still does not know first what AI can do for them as a business owner, and secondly, how to use the AI, right?
Mhm.
So I think that's ultimately is our mission to make it happen. And with that mission in long run and the vision to make business more productive, that's why we are doing what we are building right now, which is a chatbot to automate the whole funnel for our business, right? From the top, the traffic attaining and the lead conversion until the appointment booking, the whole funnel. So how to remember myself, I mean, remind myself, that's what me and my team are working on in long
Yeah, and
term.
I'll emphasize something. I went to my 40-year high school reunion Saturday.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
So a lot
Wow.
of the people I graduated with were kind of nerdy, some of them,
Yeah.
and some of
Mhm.
them have become very successful. One in particular, Danita Wright, if you hear me out there, if you're watching this, became a hospitality HR personality
Wow.
for Hilton Suites. And
Okay.
she's very well and very good at doing what she does and managing what she does.
Yep.
I brought up one question with my wife standing next to me. I said, so tell me, Danita, have you applied or even thought about applying AI to your business strategy and your customer support
Yep.
on your customer support channels? And she looked at me and said, AI, a what? And I looked at my wife and I said, you see, this is what I get every time I say this. People just don't understand AI. They don't even sometimes, most of them don't even know what it means. So when you
Yes.
use that term, if you're a salesman, if you're out trying to sell AI, you're doing
Yep.
it wrong. That's all I can say.
Yes. Right. Right.
Just solve people's
100%, right?
problems. Yeah, just
Yep.
solve people's problems like we always have. It's not about the AI. It's just another tool. We just need to know how
Yes.
to use it. All right.
Exactly.
So let's talk about the tools, Ray. We got a bunch of new stuff going on. I mean, the mission statement, we can reiterate over and over. I heard
Mhm.
you or saw you post just recently that your goal is to hang around for at least 10 years. So guys,
Yeah,
stick
right,
around. We're
right.
going to need you.
Yeah. Right. So there's a friend, I mean, customer of ours was asking us, I mean, he was worrying that, we're gonna go abandon the software one day. I'm just saying no. I mean, no one wants to abandon the software, right? We keep rolling out the features, but hopefully at least I will make it sustainable for like 10 years. So that
I like
might
that.
maybe 100 years, sorry, not 10 years, 100 years. So that
100 would be better.
yeah,
Yes. Then we
yeah,
can give it to our kids and our grandkids
exactly.
and all that
Exactly.
stuff.
So
The
that's
legacy.
yes, that's why I name it as New Oaks, right? Oaks because is the tree that can live much longer, like than 100 years, maybe 1,000 years, right? So it's
I like
prosperity
that.
and longevity. That's what we are coming after.
Mhm. And
So
Hilton Davidow also says, I came across a 30-year-old that had never heard of ChatGPT until I told them 2 days ago.
right, yeah,
It's
exactly.
like literally, it's been around for 2.5 years, almost three now, and people still
Yeah,
haven't even heard of it. So,
yes, it's a buzzword within the circle, right? Only the
yes.
circle of the coders, developers, or non-code technical guys, right? But for the general consumers and people, well, they don't know much about AI. They don't even know who Sam Altman is.
That's
So
true.
it's our job to, promote AI and bring AI to empower people and automate business.
Yeah, we need to teach them. There's a lot of stuff they need to learn to not be afraid. So we got
Sure.
at least four new features I see on the list here, Ray. Let's start with the first one. We have actually two one-click features that were just added to New Oaks.
Mhm.
So let's talk about the first one on the data scraping for WooCommerce.
Yes. So last Friday, we released the WooCommerce native integration, which means that previously, if you are a WooCommerce, website owner, you have to put a URL in and scrape the data from the URL. And also for any new added item or products, you have to do it manually, right? To enter the other different products to the data, to the knowledge base. But now with the API, the native integration with WooCommerce, you can just enter the web URL and API keys, then one click, all the data will be automatically synced to retrain the chatbot into knowledge base, right? And then
Mhm.
the chatbot is able to search and query and also recommend your product to the visitors automatically.
Mhm.
So that's the magic is that we call it one click wonder, right?
Yeah, I
And
like it.
and also the other is for real estate customers. So we just released that today and later today. We're still on the publishing stage. So to integration with Zillow, which means that if you enter the URL of your Zillow property listings, just list the URL there, and with one click, we're going to scrape out the different listed property data and use data to
Oh,
train the chatbot and to synchronize the data automatically, right?
mhm.
So that the chatbot is able to search and recommend your properties to the prospective customers, either buyers, tenants, or investors
Mhm.
or sellers.
Mhm.
So that's the goal to, with one click, to automate the data scraping and also the training process. Well, the reason we do that is because that was the pain point of
Mhm.
either the e-commerce business owner, because I just finished one of the interviewed customers. The reason I was talking to him yesterday, so the reason that he wanted to talk to me and use our chatbot is because compared with other competitors, I'm not going to mention the name,
Mhm.
he has to manually enter the product items one by one whenever there's new released products, right? But
Mhm.
with our feature, he does not need to do any manual work. So everything will be automatic, especially the data source used, the updated data source used to retrain the chatbot can be synchronized in a scheduled manner or instant manner, right? So it save a lot of time.
That's interesting. I wanted to ask something now that
Mhm.
just the conversation brings these things to mind, and I'm one of
Yeah,
those idea generators, so I come up with things all the time.
yeah,
With regard to the Zillow scrape, then would that allow, or could there be ways for the bot to also return, obviously, the imagery of the location? But maybe is there a way to integrate, like where you got to go to get there to give you feedback and a link to a map or something like that? Because if you're out hunting houses, you're going to be driving all over the place looking for
right.
houses. If you're a real
Yeah.
estate guy, you
Mhm.
might not even know where your listings are at. Some people just get
Right.
the listings and they have to go confirm everything's where it should be.
Yeah.
So in those cases, are there ways we could make the bot generate links through the Google API to the Maps API and generate like a
Yeah.
location data?
Of course, yes. So if you
Thinking out
put the
loud.
yeah, yeah, I think it's actually very innovative.
Yeah.
We actually create a video. So we have a technology that if you enter the address of the house or the property, we're going to use the address and the geometric data to retrieve the Google Map data out of the database and just show you the 360-degree view of the house, right?
Wow.
And then
Now we're
also,
talking.
yeah, and the community, we call it community view,
Oh,
um, because we can
a
actually,
panoramic.
yes, the stitch of the different views around the
Mhm.
community and just give you a touch in the view that how is the environment and neighborhood looks, right, around the property. So I
That's
think
pretty
with
cool.
that feature, I mean, it's very advanced feature that we're going to build in the future. So
Mhm.
as far as you get address data, the iPhone and also the electronic devices already have the GPS data built into the address so that we can pull
Mhm.
it out either from Google Map or Apple Map or Tesla Map and then present it to the
Like
users. So
that's awesome.
yeah,
Couple more
yes,
comments out there. We got Michael Ruse in the house. The fact that many people don't know what AI is or ChatGPT, and these bots just makes it that much more exciting for us entrepreneurs. It's true.
yeah,
We have
yeah,
fun because we are the pioneers. We're the forerunners. We're the guys breaking the ice out in front of the barge to see what's
yes,
on the other side of that landmass.
right,
And also, we're not pioneering AI chatbots, but we are pioneering it for so many, whereas we monetize it as we provide a great product or service for so many that need it. That's true.
yeah,
Because there are
yeah,
a lot of people that don't realize how much they should have it. I know it took me a
exactly,
little while to go, wow, I don't know what I need it for. And then once I
exactly.
realized what it could do and what it was capable, I was like, why am I not using this? It's silly.
So I have another plan that I'm
Yep.
gonna
Go ahead.
build a template section on the main page of NewOaks AI so that you guys, I mean Leland, Ross, Hilton, or Michael, you guys can put your chatbot onto the main page just to showcase everybody, right?
Oh,
Because
nice.
I think people does not know what AI can do. So
Mhm.
if they can see that, for example, Hilton built a really cool like PDF reader, right? Can answer any
Mhm.
question regard to the PDF, then the end user will come to his website through NewOaks AI, right? So
Mhm.
eventually I want to make NewOaks AI as a marketplace that
Mhm.
you guys can showcase your demo templates and also sell your demo templates.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's yeah. So that will provide much more value to the consumers
Yep.
or
I
end
think
users.
any community marketplace on an app like this that's a creative app where you're building something
Yeah.
specific to niche
Mhm.
industries or anything where there's all these custom one-offs to be able
Yeah.
to give people the ability to share and distribute and sell and whatever, however you want to handle that. You could give them
Exactly.
away, you could charge $1, you could charge $1,000, depending on how much effort you put into a flow that you built for a business. So I see
Yep.
that everywhere. And some people are selling these processes up to $10,000, $15,000. So don't undercut yourself. Don't leave money on the table that's out there, guys. There's a lot of money to be had in this business,
Yep.
but don't oversell stuff that's already saturated either. There's so many little things that are being sold and it's junk. Just I'll admit I've been turned
Mhm.
off a lot by some of the stuff I see ads for on Facebook and things
Yep.
because I'll buy them and I'll look at them and I'll see what they are and a lot of it's just garbage and I end up getting my money back immediately and I have to fight for it
Right.
because these guys don't even have enough capital to maintain what they're doing and return a refund within a couple of days. They
Sure.
have to, try to scramble to get back the money they already spent probably once you gave it to them. So
Agree.
those are the ones
Agree.
you want to watch out for. Ray, we got one other thing or two that came up here, the Airbnb integration, which I'm excited about because one of my
Yep.
customers runs a big Airbnb down in Kissimmee. Tell
Yep.
us a little bit about the Airbnb integration.
Sure. Sure. So one of our early adopter users, I mean clients, so they're literally a Airbnb property management company. So they manage like over 1,000 rooms in Southeast Asia, mainly in Japan, Thailand, Philippines, and Indonesia. So we're helping them. They have a team, our customer service team of 20 people, right? Import like 20 real support staff. So they want to cut the operational cost, but also make the Airbnb experience more professional and more effective. So we you because one of their advantages that they have Airbnb API. So we deploy the chatbot into their Airbnb API so that the chatbot can support guest communication and the booking room management, right? To change room or get some like facility stuff and also personal hygiene stuff, even just to answer questions about the point of interest and after sales. So literally we want we are automating the whole process from the guys the pre-sale questions and the in the middle of the sales support and after sales um, support process too. So
So what will it take then the user interaction? So you've got a client and you've got NewOaks. You've got this back end for Airbnb that's structured in such a way that it's going to save a lot of effort for the Airbnb person. But
yeah,
what is the guy in the middle going to have to do then to build out a bot like that? Is this a long stretch to get to from A to B, or is it? I know it's not a one click, obviously. This
yeah,
is a little more
yeah,
integrated.
yes.
So, how long would it take to establish a bot like this?
Oh, it's well, if the API is ready, it's going to take about a couple of hours to set it
Okay.
up. So the
Yep.
first thing we do is just integrate the chatbot, right, with the property, and the property will be stored, and the list of property will be stored in the CRM or property management software. So we're going to connect with the API of the property management software, and the chatbot is on the front end, the chatbot is going to take over a conversation, whatever the visitor initiate. So, and on the back end, the IT team just going to provide us the API and the property listing data. So that's it. Not much.
Awesome.
Yeah, not
It's
much.
just good to hear. It's not like you're going to have to hire an IT team for the next 2 weeks to set up the
Yeah,
system integration to make it function properly. And that's what's so unique about
exactly.
the way that Ray's applying this
Yeah,
application on the back end.
exactly.
All right, let's see. Michael does have a question. Can you elaborate in layman's terms as to how an Airbnb owner would use it from the point of which contact person's website chat would
Mhm.
begin where?
Yeah.
I'm not sure exactly. I guess I'll let you address that if you know what he's referring to there, right?
Yes. So the use case is the entry point for the chatbot is that if you as a Airbnb guest, right, or visitors, you go to Airbnb and you list up, you just browse all the different Airbnb nice rooms, and there's one room that you really like, and you click. There's a button within the main page is that talk to the guest, right? Talk to the support or talk to the host. And then when I click the button, start talking, it's a chat bot going to respond, going to reply your questions. For example, where is the transportation citation? How far is the airport from the airport to the property, right? And how much is is going to take you to get the transportation, right? Either
Time
by
wise, yeah.
train or by
Travel
bus
time.
station. So all sort of questions were happening from there. And then that's one use case. And secondly, when you arrive the property and you need a password or a key, right? The bot will tell you exactly what the password is or where you can find the key, give you all the instructions to check in, right? And during the stay of the Airbnb, if you need to repair anything or request for any maintenance tasks, for example, repair the TV or change, get a new get a
New towels. We
new
need towels.
towels or toothbrush,
Soap.
whatever personal hygiene stuff. So
Yeah,
the bot can take over and just assign the task to the support staff. So the
that's
bot
good.
will do the coordination and also the after sales questionnaire and support emails.
And, and yeah, to answer Michael's next question is you're connecting the chatbot within Airbnb's website, and that's dependent on each franchise owner. So everybody's got a little different setup. It depends on whether they use Airbnb's
Yeah.
formal website links that they give out to some of these, or if they build their own, which a lot of people do as well. So it's
Right.
up to Ray to determine. In most cases, it's affiliated through the franchise, though, right? You've got to deal with Airbnb servers.
Yeah. It's yeah. So the way that we do that is that we work with Airbnb partners.
That's what I
So
thought.
because the partners were certified and they have the API, so we connect to the Airbnb API. And the only thing you need to do as an Airbnb host is that you're going to give us access to the Airbnb account, which is the access token that generated by Airbnb API.
Gotcha.
So yeah, so that with that token, we're authorized to operate in your behalf.
Yeah, works for me. All
Yeah.
right, let's wrap this up, Ray. We're getting down to the wire here. So we're going to only take questions at the very end if there's any left. Here we're back to the OKR, which if you're not familiar with that term, it's simply objective key results is really what
Yes.
we're looking for here. So Ray, tell us about the objective and what the key results we're looking for.
Yes. So the OKR for me in August is that first I'm gonna interview like 20 customers or prospective customers, right, to really understand how NewOaks AI chatbot can help you to adjust your pinpoint or problems, solve the problems, right? And then I really want to focus on three industries. First is e-commerce, and second is real estate agents or investors, and third is Airbnb. So out of those three industries, I want to interview at least three or five customers from each vertical sectors, right? So that I can understand your business. More importantly, I want to work closely with you guys to make your business more automatic. So if you are interested, just DM me or Leland, email me or go to NewOaks AI at support@newOaks.ai so that we can set up a Zoom meeting or Google Meet and for me to make a better automatic process to your business.
Absolutely. I'll make sure I'm going to connect you with one of my clients, Joseph Burke of Joseph Burke Arts. He's a creative that he runs a podcast and he also is a creative artist, a graphical artist by trade. And that's
Yeah.
what he does. He's very into the neon look. If you're familiar with the neon 80s look, a lot of the retro look. But he is awesome at designing logos and such. So I'd really like to see, he has web stores for all of
Yep.
his components, t-shirts, all that type of stuff,
Yep.
mugs, whatever
Good.
he makes,
Good. Good.
with all his quality stuff on it. But it's not through Shopify. It's through one of those, like print type shops where you're just
Yep.
having them print it for you and then they're
Oh.
distributing it. So we'd be curious to see how that'll interact as well. We've had good luck with it so far. We've attached it to the account and literally had it come back just automatically with good reference, good
Yep.
calls on the products, and the
Yep.
pricing is showing up
Yes.
right in the widget. So we're like, wow, that's working so far with a link to the product. So he's able to
Wow.
just click link right to it. So we'll see how
Awesome.
that works. So
Yeah.
other than that, yes, please get with Ray at support at NewOaks AI so that you can get in touch with them, sit down, do an interview. The
Yep.
more it's going to do for you, if anything, is showcase you as a spotlight out here on NewOaks. We're going to start building traffic out here as we continue to showcase the newest features, and the tutorials are in the works.
Yep.
There will be some posted this week that were put together. They're just examples I gave Ray that Shemai is going to add some thumbnails and some descriptions to those, and then what I'm going to ask in the group is, what is the first video or two you guys out there in the community would like me to produce as a
Yeah.
tutorial so that you can better understand a feature that you're just not getting out there on the
Wow.
system? Let me know and I'll
Wow.
make that video as soon as possible. Just to cover what we did today, Ray, we got the release of the GPT structured output. Big
Yeah.
interview with Elon. They had some technical difficulties, but if you want to find out the take on AI from that perspective, go check it out. Ray's mission statement has never changed. It's going to
Yeah.
continue on forever and ever and ever. We're never going to let him quit working. So, as far as his OKRs go, I think you guys get it. He has 10 more interviews to go,
Yeah.
and we're focusing on e-com, real estate, and Airbnb. So, if you're of that ilk, get over there right away so that we can get you on the air. And anything else,
Great.
Ray, you want to wrap it up?
No, that's everything. I want to thank you and all the audience today to attend this webinar and podcast, and so that we can I can help you to succeed in your business. So please be noted that we're going to work with the new GPT August 6th version with
Okay.
structured output, and it's gonna continue to improve the chat quality, which is what I'm working on every single day.
Mhm.
And after 1 month, you're going to expect better and better chat response. Okay.
And I'll just ask the question, what about voice? What is the outlook as far as a voice output from the bot
Well, yeah,
directly to?
that's that. I'm still waiting on GPT. I mean, OpenAI's release of
Yeah,
they only released that to like 1,000 people
yeah,
as an alpha user. So I'm
I
waiting for
understand.
full release, and then we're gonna build a voice feature. And also, yeah, and also we already have the software ready. We just need to wait for the audio piece, right?
Yeah.
Audio feature release. We don't want to use back.
I just wanted people to understand it's not just New Oaks that gets delayed. I mean, New
Yes.
Oaks will have delays when they get stumped with some feature that you want or they're trying to build for you. But the other fact of the matter is there are other people building features that might not work the first time or the second time or the third time. And when they finally get it right, then Ray has access and can utilize those features in his bot as well. So hope
Yeah.
that clears it up for all of you out there. Thanks, Ray, for all your time. I'll let you get back to work. This once again has been the New Oaks AI Podcast. Come by next Tuesday, 10 a.m., where we come out here every day to give you the update on what's
Thank
happening
you,
over at New Oaks.
and talk.
See you, Ray.
See you next week. Okay,
All right,
next
gang.
week. Bye
Take care.
bye.
Bye bye.